Hello, welcome, episode 4, Teacher Talk Wednesday, with my colleague Tristan Forster at Tavi College PE. As you can guess from the display behind us, what subject he teaches. A little bit noisy. We've got a gym above us, so any bangs and crashes, please excuse it. I've never seen him looking so smart for a PE teacher. Not that I'm stereotypical or anything.
I'd like to say it was for your benefit, Gav.
Thank you.
It's not.
Thank you. I've been away for 2 weeks because I've recently become a dad for the second time. Thank you. Apologies for not doing the normal Wednesday slot. But this is very important, big on Twitter at the moment, big in general discussion, and rightly so. Student voice, but more importantly, student leadership. This is the man. Tristan's been attached to our leadership team now for 12 months, leading on whole school student voice, student leadership. So basically, I'll ask you a few questions, but you've got a lot to show. He's well prepared, good sign. Why is student voice and student leadership important?
I think student voice is really important because it gives the students ownership. And when you own anything, you can look after it better.
Yep.
Yeah. Mum and Dad always said, when you buy your own car, you look after it better than the one I bought you. I remember my first Seat Ibiza that I paid for, and it was gleaming.
There are other models on the market available as well.
So really, it's about ownership. And if they feel that they own the school, they've got ownership over the school, they want to know how to improve it, and they can put that across, then really it gives them that inspiration to look after things and then look to improve what they have.
Okay, so devil's advocate, and you see this in a lot of schools. Let's do student voice. So you get the same students together once every half term to, I don't know, air their views. Toilets always come up.
Toilets, yeah.
State of the toilets always come up, no matter where you are in the world. American colleagues, please correct me if I'm wrong. And then what happens? It gets taken, notes get taken, it goes to SLT, and not a lot's actually seen. Perhaps it doesn't happen. Students lose confidence, it all falls apart. So A, how can you make sure that every student is valued and listened to, not just the same confident students? And B, how can you avoid the just free-for-all moans and groans and actually make it targeted, proactive?
I think the first question, how do we get everyone involved? Nice and simple. So we've done 2 different things this year that I've trialed. The first thing was about participation. You need to get people involved. And those of us that are old enough to remember 1992 Olympics, PE teacher, we won like 1 gold medal.
Right.
So John Major came into power, 92, bit of a shock, but he came in and he said, look, we need to increase the participation to increase the success. And we've got to do exactly the same. So I've looked at the model. So we're increasing the participation, to therefore increase the amount of good feedback that we're getting and need to improve feedback. Okay, and ultimately it'll improve. How do we do that? Random samples. They're always going to be the students that say, I'll do that, I'll do that,
always.
I'll do that.
Yeah,
they're your head boys, they're your head girls, and there's an absolutely really important place for those people. However, we wanted the voice of everybody, the whole student voice, okay? So we randomly selected Mike Harris, colleague in science, taught me how to do a random selection on Excel.
Nice.
Okay, good little bit of CPD.
Basic ICT skills.
Yeah, there, well. And so now we've got a random sample and they meet once a term and they discuss with fellow students, not with staff, the issues that they're having. And that's really key because if I'm listening to a group of students, they're only going to say so much to me. Okay. However, if they've got a sixth form student in front of them who is being proactive and using questioning, then they're going to give them a little bit more. So we ran training with our sixth formers. We associated sixth formers to our different year team student voice groups and our faculty student voice groups, and they fed back. Okay. So that's one way of doing it. The second way is a nice and simple card. I'm going to show you just what we've done.
Move slowly because my new webcam's not arrived yet.
Okay. So this is all about student voice equals inspiration. And in every single tutor group, they were asked to fill out this. What is the college doing well in their opinion? What does the college need to improve on? So really, really simple. We do it all the time as teachers at AFL. WWW, EBI, what's going on? And that's what we did. So every single voice in the school was heard because the tutors led a tutor group discussion and the tutors then read the top 3 after a discussion, a bit of a debate sometimes, into this. And when I had all the results, I then correlated them, took them to SLT as a meeting and actually said, okay, what can we do about these issues? And there are always going to be those issues that we can't do anything about. I want a 10-week summer holiday. Okay, we can't deal with that. Okay, but toilets, yes, toilets is an issue. It always comes up. But you know what? Directly from that, the students are now seeing improvements in toilet facilities because there's more toilet roll for the girls. The soap dispensers are being filled up more regularly.
It's the little things.
It is the little things, but it matters to them.
So what about first of all, you've done there. You said this. We did this.
You said we did. So that's a little bit of a slogan from that. You said we did.
Okay, so that's feedback, so the students know they've been valued and listened to. What about, forget the little, what I call, although it's important to some, the toilet rolls and stuff. What about teaching and learning? What about, I don't know, the big picture of education? What things have they suggested and what have we done?
And we're now in a position, from what we've done, to move forward to really start thinking about that. So the next step, and only a week ago today, I was involved in student leadership interviews. So we had 22 members of the sixth form student body that applied to be part of the student leadership panel.
Okay.
And ultimately, yes, we've got a head boy and head girl that have come out of that process. But from there, we've got a lead youth board member. Now, youth board is a terminology that I've borrowed from the Youth Sports Trust. Okay. And they do it really successfully. And our youth boards are going to be made up of members of sixth form right the way down to year 7.
Okay. Yeah.
Focusing on the real teaching and learning, the real pastoral needs of those groups, because there's going to be a youth board for year 7, 8, 9, all the way through. There'll be a youth board for PE, a youth board for DT, and they will feed back directly via their youth student sixth form lead to the head of faculty.
Okay.
So Morgan Warnett, who's going to be my PE head of youth board, I will meet with Morgan following his meetings with the fellow students that are going to be 50% selected and 50% elected, again, to get that random sample in, to ensure that we're covering all bases in terms of pupil premium, FSM, all those sorts of things. And then he will have a conversation with me, and then I can have that conversation with my colleagues, and it's real.
So the key things are that it's been actually linked into whole school priorities.
Yeah, definitely.
It's you said we did, so it's instant feedback, and it's fully inclusive.
Yeah.
Now, have you got anything else here you want to show? Anything at all?
So this one here is the poster for our new youth boards. So as I said, our youth boards were elected, our student leaders were elected last week. I've got a meeting with them tomorrow morning, which I'm really excited about. First one in the brand new innovation centre at Tavistock College.
Blog coming very soon.
And their role is threefold, really. It's to advise the head of faculty ahead of year what's going on. The development role, what can they do to actually develop the teaching and learning, all the pastoral systems within the year, and then communicate. It's their role to communicate it back to the student body.
So we are trying to create future leaders.
Definitely.
We're trying to create leaders. So leadership in school isn't just about heads of faculty, senior leaders like myself. It's everybody leads.
Everybody needs to lead.
I'm going to ask you to write a blog, hopefully, with some free downloadables, because everybody loves a freebie. So things like this. And I know it's a lot to take in, but hopefully Tristan's done a lot of work on things. What's this we've got here?
That's what I was discussing earlier. So that one there is a performance pyramid. So we won 1 medal at the Olympics in Barcelona. So what do we need to do? We need to increase the participation. If we can increase the participation, we increase the performance, we increase the medals. And for us, medals is the information we get from students and teaching learning.
So we will put a blog together with some downloadables. Yeah. Obviously, there are 1,000,001 ways to deliver effective student leadership, student voice. This is one way, in my opinion. It'd be great to hear everybody else's stories and ideas. Feel free to tweet Tristan at Tavistock College PE. There'll be a blog coming soon. Anything else have we missed? I'm a bit rusty because I've had 2 weeks.
I just think
the radar
in terms of sort of the you said we did, yes, toilets was one issue. Okay, but for example, we identified that actually 70% of the positive comments were about our facilities, but they weren't about what we were doing with those facilities. So actually improvements in teaching and learning came from there. Consistency of things such as uniform came from there, which is a pastoral thing more than teaching and learning. Consistency of feedback, relationships between students and staff, all those sorts of things. I'm now having conversations about, not just with my team with PE and public services, but with other middle leaders, other head faculty.
And I know from obviously leading teaching and learning, I have focus groups every couple of weeks for looking at different things, and one of them was homework, home learning, and I know they've been great, and I've taken their feedback and I've analysed it, and I've gone back and I've said, look, this is what we've done as a result. These things we can't change, etc., etc. It's that communication. So excellent stuff. Thank you very much, Tristan. See you next week. Not sure what the topic's going to be yet, but it's probably all going to be around delivering dedicated improvement reflection time. And then the week after that, we're looking at the new Innovation Centre, which is going online very, very soon, featuring the Iris camera and lots of other bits and bobs as well. And Tristan will be in there with student leaders.
I'm in there next Tuesday with student leaders.
There'll be a live feed from the launch event. Have a great week. See you soon.